What's up, guys? Jason here back to my channel. Tonight I'll be doing a review for AW Collision and stuff. It was a good show tonight, and not too bad and stuff. Let's go and get to it then. With the first match right away with Blackpool Combat Club versus FTR, and this was a good match. As you guys know, Claudio Castagnoli's theme hits. He makes his way out with Wheeler Yuta for tonight's opener. The Blackpool Combat Club duo settle in the ring, and their music dies down. They have the FTR tune hits next, and out comes Dax Harwood and Cash Ware for tonight's show as fans chant FTR, FTR. So the bounce sounds official overrun. This one, Yuta and Wheeler kick things off for their respective teams. Yuta slaps a side headlock on Wheeler, and Yuta then catches him with some quick drop kicks. The crowd is pro FTR and Council Blues. However, they booed them when they stopped Castagnoli from trying his big swing. A few minutes later, he tries for it but again, Wheeler thwarts whatever the attempt. Castagnoli gets a sharpshooter on Wheeler at the same time. Harwood has one on Yuta. The two trade slabs let go of the holds and testify in the striking exchange. All four men end up trading shots in the middle of the ring before powering off into the corner in two-man striking exchanges. Dan Ocean gets into mid-match commercial break as the action continues. When returned, we see FTR fight into the offensive lead and go for the Shattered Machine, but it is broken up right into Castagnoli's big swing spot. Yuta hits a drop kick on the final swing for a close 2 count. Moments later, FTR hit the Shattered Machine this time, but the follow-up pin attempt is broken up. The ring announcer informs us over the house speakers that there's only 2 minutes left remain. Well, Terry Chuda was 1 minute because it went quick. Remaining in the match, Castagnoli gets a close 2 and then slaps cross face on Wheeler. As the clock winds down, the bell sounds, and we're informed the time limit has expired. Harwood gets on the mic and calls for 5 more minutes. Brandon Cutler comes out on behalf of the AEW EVPs, Matthew and Nicholas Jackson. He says the contract for this match was for 20 minutes. Castagnoli does a big swing to Cutler for a big pop. FTR follow up with Shattered Machine. Castagnoli says they can run it back anytime. Alright, so yeah, so it says time limit draw. That's it. Alright, next match, Chris Statlander versus Robin Renegade. Backstage, Kyle O'Reilly talks about his main event tonight against Orange Cassidy when in walks Roderick Strong, and the Undisputed Strong tells O'Reilly before leaving, just remember what he said. The commentators question what that could mean. Inside the arena, Chris Statlander's theme hits, and out she comes for our next match of the evening. Already in the ring is her scheduled opponent for this evening, Robin Renegade of the Renegade Twins. The bell sounds, and I'm running with this one. God damn it. Okay, never mind. Statlander gets the quick jump on Renegade before ultimately finishing her off in what amounted to a quick squash match. Afterwards, Stokely Hathaway gets on the mic and announces Statlander for the Chance 24 Owen Hart Foundation Memorial Tournament backstage. Blue Nightingale does the same. So winner is Chris Statlander. Alright, next match is Dustin Rhodes versus Johnny TV. Back inside the arena, the theme for Dustin hits, and out comes the natural for our next match of the evening. He sails inside the square circle, and then the theme for his opponent hits. Out comes Johnny TV, accompanied by Taya Valkyrie. The bell sounds, and off we go. Dustin establishes the early offensive lead over Johnny and then rolls out to the floor, where he puts his arm around Taya as she has her back turned to the ring. She turns her head to rings the side and realizes who it is, and he yells to Spooker. Johnny TV comes out and he takes care of him before rolling him back into the ring. Before rolling back in to continue to work on Johnny, you see Dustin getting into a battle of words with Taya, which allows Johnny to hit a dive through the ropes on him. He and Taya kiss as they stand over Dustin on the ring steps. On that note, we should get us into a mid-match commercial break. When we return, we see Rhodes fight back into the offensive driver's seat and take over. He appeared to have things finished up for the win, but when he went for the pin, Taya put Johnny's foot on the ropes. Moments later, Taya gets involved again, and the referee ejects her. Dustin then hits his finisher for the hard-fought victory. After the match, Dustin says he's getting old. He says he got two things he wants to talk about. First is the fans. He thanks them for always supporting him. He thanks the cameraman, which he calls the best in the business. He says he also wants to talk about the sicko Jack Perry. He says everyone missed him when he was gone. But when he came back, he attacked the man that signs their paychecks. He says he's heard Perry talk about sacrificing so much for the business. He tells him he hasn't sacrificed shit. He goes on to announce a match between the two for next week's AEW Dynamite. We head to another commercial. So winner is Dustin Rhodes. Alright, next match is Premier Athletes versus Trip Jordy and Dante Leon. We return from the break to a video package featuring Zack Sabre Jr. talking about Orange Cassidy ahead of AEW and NJPW Forbidden Door. When we return inside the arena, the Premier Athletes duo Tony Nese and Aria Davari make their way to the ring. Already in the ring are their opponents Trip Jordy and Dante Leon. The bounce on Nese and Davari ambush the no-name duo. And before I can finish googling to make sure I got the names of their opponents correct, match is over. Nese and Davari can pick up the win to continue their build towards Mojo and Hook. Alright, so winners are Premier Athletes. Our next match is Toni Storm versus Lady Frost. Scorpion Sky's return is teased once again in another direct-to-camera talking heads video package after it wraps up. AEW Women's Champion Toni Storm makes her way to the ring for our next match of the evening. Lady Frost comes out next, and the bell sounds to get this one started. This one doesn't last long either, as Storm busts a pose that freezes Frost as the champ turns and vogues into the camera as the shot turns to black and white. After her stunning close-up, we head to a mid-match break. When we return, Storm quickly picks up the win. After the match, she declares Mariah May for the Owen Hart Cup. So winner is Toni Storm. Alright. After that match was over, Toni Storm announced that Mariah May will be in the Owen Hart Foundation tournament. So, yeah. Alright, next match is Daniel Garcia versus Tate Mayfairs. When we return, we see Samoa Joe and Hook with the camera crew with them. They have the crew follow them as they seek out to find and gain revenge on the Premier Athletes. Two of Tony Nese and Aria Davari. They end up beating them down and forcing smart Mark Sterling to watch as Joe makes sure he knows who did this to them. Back inside the arena, Daniel Garcia's theme hits, and now comes to decent crowd reaction as Daddy Magic Matt Menard joins in on special guest commentary as he always does when Garcia's in the ring. His opponent Tate Mayfairs is already in the ring waiting for him. The bell goes, and off we go with this one. Alright, Mayfair makes a good showing for himself early on as Nitro McGuinness sings his praises on commentary. Garcia ends up taking over and picking up the victory. He plays to the crowd afterwards and heads to back a video package for Mercedes Moné and Zook versus Zooks. I hope I said that right. Is shown for next week's AEW Dynamite title match. So winner is Daniel Garcia. Alright, main event time coming up. Orange Cassidy versus Kyle O'Reilly. Main event time, but first announced for next week's special 1 year anniversary of AEW Collision. So yeah, next Saturday will be 1 year of AEW Collision. Man, time went fast. We'll hear from Christian Cage, Lee Mori versus Dante Martin in the TNT ladder match qualifier of the belt. House of Hell return. Deonna Purrazzo will take on Thunder Rosa in no qualification match. Okay, from there we shoot backstage where Orange Cassidy interviewed about having no friends after so many wanting to be his friend last year. He has asked about Zack Sabre Jr. challenging him for AEW and NJPW for being Door 2004 and can't even wrap his head around it right now, as he also has Kyle Wright to worry about. Cassidy says, in fact, he's got to go right now. He can't talk right now. He simply walks off, seemingly defeated as psychologically back inside the arena. His theme hits, and now he comes for our main event of the evening. We shift gears into head to a quick pre-match commercial break. When we return, Kyle O'Reilly also makes his way out to the ring, and then the bells gets for sure running. Cassidy being distracted mentally is pointed out a few times early on in the match by the commentators. The action bails out to the floor where Cassidy pulls into the offensive lead as we head into a mid-match commercial break. When returned, we see Cassie starting to do his hands and the pocket routine. O'Reilly keeps stopping him, but eventually he does. The two end up on the floor, where the Undisputed Kingdom, sitting in the front row behind the barricade, whisper something into his ear, presumably whatever they referred to earlier in the show. O'Reilly starts to settle into a comfortable offensive lead as we shift gears into another mid-match commercial break. As we settle back in from the final commercial timeout of the evening, we see Cassidy and O'Reilly fighting in back and forth fashion. As the crowd comes to life in the background, Cassidy does the wimpy kicks routine, which O'Reilly responds to in kind. The shots get stronger as they continue to trade, and then O'Reilly gets Cassidy in a submission while his hand is in his pocket. Cassidy surprise fans break out in a loud "This is awesome" chant, well-deserved one at that. Meanwhile, Cassidy takes out over and calls for the orange punch. O'Reilly avoids it and goes for an armbar into a double wrist lock. O'Reilly uses Cassidy's pocket like a G sleeve to tie in a choke. Cassidy eventually fights his way free, hitting a beach break for a close 2 count. Matt Taven is shown praying in front row as the match continues. Cassidy goes for an orange punch again, but again, O'Reilly avoids it. Seconds later, Cassidy connects and gets the win. Great main event after the match. We see Trent Beretta and Kyle Fletcher of the Don Callis family in all black, and they hit the ring from behind and attack Cassidy. O'Reilly sees this as he's dejected after losing and walking to the back. He decides to turn around and try and help, but they beat him down too. Chris Statler comes out and shakes hands with Trent and learns down to pick up Cassidy for a cheap shot. When Willow Nightingale's theme hits, she rounds out to a big pop and chases him off to make the save and end the show on the positive note. That sounds show wrestling stuff, blah blah. So a good show tonight and stuff, and some good matches, which was the first match and the main event. So yeah, those were good matches earlier tonight. Well, yeah, so it was good. Anyways, that was it for this video. Hope you liked this. Like, subscribe, favorite, hit that bell button, leave a comment or whatever. Anyways, I don't care what you guys do. But anyways, that was it. And I see you guys in the next video for Monday Night Raw review, right? Laters.